Check 1 2. All right, in the building. Check, 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 check. All right, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, welcome everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I wanted to do a special Mother's Day, live. So we're gonna do that in a second. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're on TikTok, if you would give me some likes. Thank you for joining me because they invite more people if you come on. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for joining me. And listen, and if you're on Instagram, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know y'all could be doing anything else in the world, but you are here with me tonight, and so I am thankful. I am super, super pleased. But before we get started tonight, because I've got a good one for y'all tonight, I got a good show for you tonight. If you would tell me where you're checking in from, and I'd love to know your name and where you're checking in from. If you could tell me your name and where you're checking in from, and all you mothers out there, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day, and I got something special for y'all tonight. But if you could tell me where you're checking in from and your name, if at all possible. Well, you said we got some Charlene from North Carolina. What part of North Carolina, Charlene? I'm from North Carolina too. Crystal living in North Carolina. North Kakalaki in the building. All right, we got New Jersey in the building. We got Dawn from Chi-Town. Deja from North Carolina. Hey, North Carolina in the building tonight. We got Jury from Malaysia. Erica from Cali in the building. All right, we got Corey from South Carolina. All right, Tiffany from Texas. Y'all got to come on, YouTube. All right, we got somebody from South Haven, Mississippi. I don't know your name. So, Kay. Hey, Kay from California. Kay is from South Haven, Mississippi. We got somebody from Harlem in the building. We got somebody from New Jersey. Yes, yes, yes. From Arlington, Texas. Rob from Massachusetts. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. All right, y'all. All right, tell me where you're calling from. Tell me where you're checking in from. I could turn on my theme music for tonight, but I don't want Facebook or Instagram to flag my video and stop it. We got somebody from New Zealand in the building. All right, welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you guys could join me tonight. Thank you so much. And tonight's live is going to be, I got to tell y'all how it came about. Tonight's live is going to be, we got, Yolanda from Las Vegas in the building. Going to be in Las Vegas in August. All right, Diana from North Bergen, New Jersey. All right, in the building. Good, 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 good. All right, y'all. So tonight I got to tell y'all this. Today was Mother's Day, and my mother's been gone a few years. And for those of you who are mothers, I want to say Happy Mother's Day. And the truth is, y'all, we would not be here without you. We could not do what we do without you. So I wanted to celebrate you tonight. But I wanted to celebrate you in a different way. I wanted you to tell you basically what I learned from my mother. For those of you who follow me, you know that I'm Coach Ken. I am a relationship and personal development coach. I help people I help couples and singles navigate the complexities of modern day relationships so that they can attract love and maintain love. And so that is my mission, and that is what I am here to do. I have got this new setup now where I got all of my platforms in one space. So I got YouTube and Facebook here. I got Instagram over here, and I got TikTok over here, and I am super excited. All right, I won't be before you very long. And that's what some pastors say, isn't it? And then when they say that, they're before you very long, aren't they? All right, but it won't be me tonight. So tonight, I want to tell you what I learned about. I know I'm a relationship coach, all right? And I know that those of you who've been with me this week, we did a Supreme Live. I think 40 or 50 people bought the mini course the mini course, the self-love experience mini course. It was amazing. I'm already getting feedback from it. If you have not, I'll give you an opportunity to see it not tonight. If you have not seen it, if you have not ordered it, you should. But tonight, I want to talk about what I learned from mom. And the reason why this is important, let me tell you why this is important. Today I was reflecting, so I was hanging out with my wife, and I was reflecting on my mother and what she taught me as it regards to my relationship. Okay. See, before, I don't know if my wife listening, y'all, because she's over her mother's house. But before when my mom met my wife, right? My mom instantly liked her. Okay. And I wouldn't say that with anybody else that I dated, that my mom instantly liked them. And I often wondered why. I mean, because my mom would say stuff like, because at the beginning, y'all, if I can keep it a buck with you, I mean, I ain't know if she met my mom one day when we were doing some Christmas. I had started a business. My mom happened to be there. She was there. I didn't think we would be together forever. I didn't know that. So my mom says to me, I like her. There is something different about her. Okay. All right. All right, mom. Let's not get too beside ourselves, because look, at the time, I must be honest, I was seeing several people. I got out of a relationship, long-term relationship, and I was just trying to figure it out. I was seeing several people, so she was just one of them at that time. All right. And listen, at the time, I didn't know. Just like many of you, you don't know who's who. And what I teach my clients is you collect data, you find out who the person is, what their values are they in alignment with you? And ultimately, I ended up marrying her. We've been together for a long time, and I love her. She's my wife. She's my girlfriend, side chick, all of that in one person. So we was hanging out today. And so I was telling her some of the things that I learned from my mother as it pertains to relationships. Now, I want you to understand this. And then, and I said, she taught me a lot and not knowing what she taught me. And so some of y'all tonight, I am going to tell you some things. See, my mom could get my dad to do stuff that I couldn't understand. Like, I would ask him a million times, but he would not do it. And then I go to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I really want to play, because I really wanted to play Little League football. But for me to play Little League football, the park that I wanted to play at was like 30 minutes from our house. So he would have to get off work, take me, and pick me up and drive 30 minutes, long ways, but back and forth. And so I'll never forget this story. So here's how the story goes. So my dad told me I could not play football. Well, that at the time, I didn't understand that decision, but I thank God for mom, because I ended up, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing now, where I live, because I went to football. I went to college on a football scholarship. If mom had not done what she did next. So let me tell you the story. So here's the story. All right. So my dad said, I can't get off work. I can't drive you over there. So I'm sorry you don't have a ride. I wasn't driving. I was young, like 10 years old. And you can't play this year. All right. I was like, all the guys in the neighborhood are playing. So I went to my mom and I was crying. And I'll never forget, I was crying and I was like, Mom, upset because I wanted to play football. I wanted to play. And so my mom says, son, don't worry, just don't worry about it. Let me talk to your father. All right. And so the very next day, mom got up, and I didn't see her before she went off to work. So my dad had to drop us off to school, me and my brother. Well, my dad says to me when we get in the car, he says, son, what are you going to sign up for football? And I'm thinking, is this the same dude that just told me I could not play? And so I realized, yeah, John A. White Park, we can sign up. Joel Davis told me we could sign up today before 6:30. He said, okay, I'm gonna pick you up from school and we're going to go sign you up. Now, y'all, listen to me carefully. It wasn't until I got older that I understand what my mother did. Now, I'm going to teach some of you tonight who want to be in a relationship, some of you who are not in a relationship, and some of you want to be in a relationship. And then there are some of you who are in a relationship, but I want to give you some lessons that mama gave me. Now, she didn't know. My mama was from a country town. She had a high school education, but she loved people. She would go out and feed the homeless. And so let me tell you a little bit about my mom so that you will understand the context of what I'm about to tell you. My mother was a giving woman. She's the kind of person that I never forget that we used to go feed the homeless. Every Thursday, my mother would cook a big meal and take it to the homeless shelter. She believed in giving. She believed in working hard. She worked at Grady Hospital for 25 years, ever since I was growing up, until she could no longer drive. All right. And so she was this kind of person that loved people. She's the kind of person who loved God. She loved God. She was a Christian. She's the kind of person that would embarrass the hell out of you in a grocery store if she saw her friend and they get to praising God in public. That kind of person, okay? She's that kind of woman. She's the kind of woman who she was the kind of woman who was super strong. She had a stroke, and my dad taught her to walk, and she stayed by herself. There's a lot of things I could say about her, but I want to talk about one particular thing. When I played Little League football, when she was the one that changed my destiny, because football is what got me where I am today. All right. And so I got to tell you, football led to me being in school with 7 scholarship offers, ended up going to North Carolina A&T State University on a football scholarship, played football, graduated from there, started my career. I've written 8 books, all of those things. I've been on TV shows, 3 reality shows. All of that would not have happened unless she did what she did that night. Now, some of you say, Mom might have just gave Dad some good pussy that night. And maybe so. However, he had it before. And it was good then, but he still told me no. So what was the difference? I'm going to teach y'all tonight. In how to influence a man. How to influence a man using what God gave a woman. And I ain't talking about that's between your legs. All right. I'm not, too many people have been trying to use that, but that ain't working. All right. So the first thing that I learned from Mom is that feminine energy. See, Mom knew that I'm not going to argue with my father. Why am I arguing back and forth with him about taking me to do something? Mom understands the power in feminine energy. And some of us associate feminine energy with being weak. Because if I'm going to be, and here's the problem, because you are in a masculine grid, you're working money. Women are making more money than ever in this masculine grid. They're making money. They're more educated, head of the household. They're doing all of this stuff, and they've adopted this masculine energy, which is, I won't say adopted it, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. I don't have time to go in what it is, but I'm going to break it down into 2 ways. Masculine energy is the energy of doing, accomplishing, deadline. I'm driven. All of us, let's get this shit, make it happen. That's the energy of doing. Feminine energy is the energy of being nurturing, being in the moment, being present, that energy of flowing how it flows, creativity. And that is the difference. But most of us nowadays, most women, let me say most. Many women that I coach use their masculine energy to be successful in life, right? And so this masculine energy works because we live in a masculine grid. We live in a masculine world where masculinity, that masculine energy works. It helps us excel in business. It helps us excel in our careers. It helps us get money, helps us get that bag. But do you know what's happening is it's deficient. What it's doing is it's creating an environment where the relationships are lacking. Relationships aren't working. And so a lot of women on this call will get triggered tonight by what I say. Because what's going to happen is a lot of people, yeah, they were like, because I get women all the time telling me the man just needs to step up. He just needs to do what he needs to do. He just needs to handle his business. And then I say to them, okay, they say, I got to handle everything. Listen to me closely. They said, I got to handle everything. I got to take care of business. I said, have you assumed the leadership role in your relationship? They said, yeah, because he won't do it. And I said, and then I just want somebody to lead me. And then you try to get in a relationship. Watch this. Ooh. Then you try to get in a relationship. And you say, I want a man, a leader. I want a man who says, I'm just going to lead. I just need somebody to lead me. And then I say to them this. I say, well, what happens is the masculine energy that you've created, that not that you've created, it's already in you, that you don't know how to manage. So you don't know how to manage it. And the masculine energy that you have, you say, I want somebody to lead me. However, you're not willing to relinquish leadership. Ooh. And so what I say this, and then I begin to tell them, I say, listen, the problem is not the masculine energy that you possess. That's not the problem. The problem is you don't know how to balance the masculine energy with your feminine energy, because we believe that having feminine energy is weak. We believe that having feminine, the word submissive is like, oh my God, I'm submissive. I ain't submissive. I'm not going to be submissive to anyone. I'm not going to be submissive. And what you're doing is the connotation you've attached to the word submissive is weakness, subservient. And so it does not mean that at all. If you change the word submissive to feminine, you could use the same word. It does not mean man and women are equal. The problem is two masculine energies cannot operate in the same space. That's the problem. The problem is you're masculine at work, and then when you come home, you're masculine. So let me tell you what happens to the man. Let me tell you what happens to the man when you come home with this masculine energy. And see, this is the part that women don't realize. What happens is, and a lot of people ain't gonna like it. I don't make videos for people to like. I make videos to help people. All right. So get what happens to a man when you display this masculine energy. So you come from work, you come home from work, right? And then you get home and then you start telling the kids what to do, husband what to do, and you get mad because things are not done. And so you begin exerting the masculine energy that you exerted at work. And then what happens is, if he's not doing it the way you want him to do it, you get mad. And when you get mad at him, it becomes a power struggle, right? And then you tell your friends, that he just don't step up. He just won't do this. He just won't do that. And so what happens is, and then I say, let me explain to you what the man sees. See, men understand masculine energy. When a man sees masculine energy in another man, he knows what to do. He knows either he confronts the masculine energy or he decides, I'm not going to confront it. I'm going to leave it. Okay. And so here's the thing. He knows how to navigate when he sees masculine energy in another man. The problem is when he sees masculine energy in the woman coming out of the vessel that he's in a relationship with. Now, I want you to understand this, is the man himself doesn't know what to do with that, because the masculine energy is exuding from a vessel that is not supposed to be exuding in the way that it's coming out. So some men retreat. Some men retreat and they don't say anything. They just go to their corner. I don't want to start no argument. I go to my corner and I don't communicate. Thus, there is a lack of communication in the relationship. All right. Then some men, they say, I'm going to confront it. And what do? And then all they do is argue back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it becomes a power struggle inside of the home. Okay. Inside of the home. And so what I tell people is this, is that my mom, what she taught me was, she said to me, and and I didn't know what it was at the time. She said, listen, son, every battle ain't worth fighting. She said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to influence your dad to allow you to play football, right? She says, but I'm not going to fight him to do it. And I didn't understand what she was saying. What she was saying is, I'm going to use my feminine energy to get this done. And it is not that until I became a coach, until I've coached thousands of people, till I've done major research, till I've done all of this, that I understand what it was. And my mother and dad was married 40 some years until she died. And one of the things that I realized is that her feminine energy persuaded my dad, had so much power on many occasions. It had so much power till the day that when my mother had a stroke, that my father for 12 years, and I say this with so much pride, for 12 years, he took care of my mother. I mean, she was in a wheelchair. My dad taught my mother how to walk, how to get up out of her wheelchair and wash dishes, wash clothes. He taught her how to communicate over and over again. He taught her how to communicate. And it was so amazing. And so as I sat today and I began thinking about what my parents taught me, I began thinking about how strong she was, but she wasn't masculine. And all I'm saying is, and what I'm saying to y'all is this, is number one, it's okay to be masculine sometimes, to have masculine energy to help you exude and work in your career and progress. But if you want to be in a relationship, what I'm telling you is you've got to be willing to balance that energy. You got to be willing to say, sometimes, you know what, masculine energy is not getting me what I want. It's getting me into a power struggle, sure, but it's not getting me the kind of love, the kind of relationship that works with people. And so what I'm saying is, that's the first thing that I learned. And I didn't realize that, and I thought about it at the time, wow, you can really get your way. You can influence people without yelling. You can influence people without arguing. You can have a major impact on people if you know how to balance your energy. That's the first thing that I learned from mom. Okay. So somebody asked me, why did I date so many people at one time besides collecting data? I was collecting data. That's why I dated so many people. And I'm telling everybody, I teach all my people, you should date, because dating is collecting data. That's what you should do. Most of us date one. Okay, so somebody just asked the question, why did I date so many people? And I got to answer this question because those of you who are my students they understand this. The reason why you date multiple people until you have a commitment is because dating is not about feeling good. Dating is about collecting data. You want to collect enough data in a specific way to understand, to see if the person you are dating or the people you are dating, who is in alignment with your core values. Who is in alignment with your belief system? Who is in alignment with the things that you see, the way that you pace through life? Okay, life pacing, future pacing. Who wants the things that you want? And see, what happens to people is this. They get upset when you date. You ever notice how you dated one person? You ever said this? Anybody ever said this? You dated one person. In 2 years, it didn't work. Okay, he didn't commit to you, but in 2 years, it didn't work. But then you say, I wasted my time. And then you get mad. You see, the thing is, if he or she isn't willing to commit to you, then you should collect data with other people. Because like I say, when you drive a car, do you drive one car? No, you want to see which car is in alignment with how you feel. When you get to buy a house, you want to do the same thing. You go in and look at the houses. What happens is when people, this is the problem. Here's the problem. It's because we date in this world, because we date, we believe we got to have sex. A lot of people, if I'm dating somebody, if I'm giving my time, I got to have sex. No, you don't. See, you cannot date effectively, collect data, and be out here fucking everybody. You can't. I tell everybody, listen, take sex. If you take sex off the table, you can date other people. You know why? Because now you are not convoluted by the hormones of oxytocin and dopamine released in your brain. So now you don't bypass the neocortex. So now you can make a logical decision about this person rather than being skewed by emotional distress because he tapped that pussy. That's the reality. That somebody says, unfortunately, I don't have the energy to work outside the home full time and nurture a relationship, then I guess you shouldn't be in a relationship. And that's okay too. That's okay too. All right. All right. And hey, Sonia, hey there. Happy Mother's Day. And so that's the thing, y'all. And so the second thing that I learned from mom, my mother was from a country town. She was a country, she had a high school education, but she was very wise. And what she told me was this. She said, son, she said, love who you are. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you're not lovable. She says, don't ever let anybody tell you that you're less than. Now, this is coming from a woman with a high school education from a country town. She had what I call that country wisdom. And she said, son, that's why I've always had a healthy self-esteem, because my mama told me that I was lovable. And then my daddy told me, he said, son, you're just as smart or smarter than anybody else. Don't ever let somebody tell you that you're not smart. And that's why I always say I'm smart as hell. And so when my mom told me that I was lovable, my mom showed me unconditional love. Y'all remember day one when I did the self-love experience and I told you the two things you were supposed to get from your parents. Let me kind of recap that. I said the first thing, the pollen killing me, y'all. I said the first thing you're supposed to do is from your father. If the father is in place, then you're supposed to get the validation of your name. So the father is supposed to put his hand on you and give you the validation of your name. The father is supposed to validate and affirm your existence, affirm your self-worth, affirm who you are in this place, right? And so when the father gives you the birthright, okay, that's what the father is supposed to do. And then the mother is supposed to love you unconditionally, so you would know what love is. Because as a baby, the mama shows you love even when you poop on yourself, even when it just smelling like crazy. No, it ain't when you made up with red bottoms. Your mom loves you through everything. When you're sick, when you're throwing up, when you're not at your best. And so what mom showed you was, that's why Mother's Day is so awesome. Because when a mom is in a place, what the mom shows you is the unconditional love that you're supposed to have. You see, this unconditional love is what you're supposed to take with you. So the father validates your name, right? And so the mom shows you unconditional love. So now you as a child, it's supposed to be this way. So you as a child grow up. And now you walk through life knowing that my name is great. Coach Ken Canion, his name is great. Take the coach off. Ken Canion was great before coach was on it. All right? Ken Canion was validated before coach was on it. Ken Canion knew his worth before coach was on it. He loved himself before he had any followers. When he had no followers, he loved himself because you know what his mama said? His mama said that you're lovable. You know why his mama said you're lovable? Even with a high school education, she understood that if I could get my son to love himself, he would be great. He could be great. And here I am. I got over 900,000 followers. And every day, my name rings out into the world. And so what happens is, because I am great, you are great too. And so I don't know many of you who watch me. I don't know you personally, but there are people who don't know me, but they know the results of my mother. They know the results of my mother because I'm teaching people how to love themselves based on little country wisdom. Now I got a little more science than mama had with it. I got a little more science. But what I'm saying to you is the core, the crux of this is, if I can show you how to love yourself more. Yeah, I know your conditions weren't ideal. I know somebody did you wrong. I know your parents didn't give you the validation. I know your mama didn't give you the love that they were supposed to. But then we got a Father in heaven. The Father in heaven says, you know what, though? I'm going to still validate you. I'm going to still give you love, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to send someone to show you how to love yourself, because everything you need, I put inside you. And so when I accepted the calling to do the work that I'm doing, that's why I don't care what people say about me. I don't care people coming on creating. You know why I don't care? I actually laugh sometimes when people say things. Yo, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and you ain't either. And you're not either. But the truth is, you loving yourself is going to be the key to you attracting romantic love. You don't understand it right now, but you will understand it, because the more you can love yourself, the more that energy permeates in your being, the more that energy is reflected unto the world. And when it's reflected unto the world, that reflection reflects back unto you, that which you reflected unto the world. Then all of a sudden, you're like, wow, I'm meeting new people. I'm meeting new people, and this is crazy. I'm meeting a higher quality of man. I'm meeting a higher quality of woman. And now you understand, you say, dang. So the first journey you got to go on, and this is what mama said. First journey you got to go on, son, is you got to realize who you are. Who are you? Who are you? I know what you say your name is. I know what we named you, but who are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you stand against? What are your values? What do you believe? What will you stand for? And what is it? What is it that you're willing to give your life to? And so not give your life for, because ultimately we all will give our life for something, but what are you willing to give your life to? And that's where we are. And so for me, when I did that self-love experiment this week, and I did 4 days, because I did a mini course, y'all. I did a mini course called the Self-Love Mini Course. And a lot of y'all bought it. A lot of people bought it. And what I wanted to do with the mini course is simply set the stage so that I can plant the seed. So once I plant the seed, now I can start watering it. And so when I start watering the seed, once I start watering the seed, you know what's going to happen? Once I start watering the seed, now what's going to happen is it's going to start growing. And you're going to begin questioning everything that you ever thought. And so this mini course, at the end of the night, at 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, we're making it available. I'm going to make it available to everybody here. I think almost 60, 70, 100 people got it already. If you want to get the self-love experience mini course, why do I say you should get that? Because starting on the fourth Wednesday of this month, I think it's 25th, I'm doing a self-love challenge. It's for 3 days. And for 3 days, I'm going to teach y'all how to love yourself, how to start this journey, how to get rid of all of the trauma, how to start that journey, how to go get past all of that, how to get past what somebody else did. But you got to start now. You got to start this process now. So what I want you to do, is, for those of you who want to, in my bio on Facebook and TikTok, in my bio, there is, in my bio, if you click on it, it says in the link tree, you know, the little link tree. When you click on the link tree, it says the Self-Love Experience Mini Course. Okay. And so what I want y'all to do, for those of you who want it, you want to be different, you want to change, y'all listen. You can attract the person of your dreams, but not how you doing it. I want you to grab that And what we're going to do is we're going to start this process. For those of you who are on YouTube, and for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I'm putting the link to it in the email. Go grab it. I mean, in the comment section. It's $47. It's going after 12 midnight. It goes up to 97. Listen, all I can say is when mom taught me my self-worth, when mom taught me that, I never knew that it's a problem that people didn't love themselves. You see, the way God would design it is that you would not have the trauma of parents, molestation, all of that, and you would believe in yourself. You would love yourself. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. The world we live in is full of trauma, heartache, evil. And so what we have to do is God always puts a ram in the bush. And that ram in the bush is somebody to show you the way back to where you're supposed to be, back to the self-love you're supposed to have. And that being said, what I will say to you is we got to start this journey somewhere. And so tonight, I just wanted to, I don't know, I wasn't going to do a live tonight. I didn't plan on doing a live. Like everybody, like y'all, I wanted to be at home. You know, me and my wife hung out all day. My grandkids came over, some of them, and I just had fun. But the truth is, I want all of you, whoever wants to start this relationship, who feels like that you need to start this journey of self-love. Say I do. And I do could mean maybe I've started, but maybe I want more of it. I need to feel there is a part of me that can love me more. Just say I do. I just say I do. Okay. And that's all I want you to do. Just say I do. And I don't, and I only say that because you know what? At the end of the day, each one of us, there's a part of us that knows we can be better. There's a part of us that knows that we need to become a better version of ourselves. And I don't understand. This is the part I don't understand. Y'all, we invest in everybody else. We invest in everybody else. We invest in houses. We invest in cars, looking for happiness. We invest in the kids, but we never invest in ourselves. We never even think about becoming a better version of ourselves. We never do. And then when somebody says it, first thing people say is they trying to get my money. What? Of course they are. Of course. Listen, if you have something of value that the world needs, damn right. Somebody needs to invest in you. I know what we have is valuable. But you also know that if it ain't valuable, when you go buy an iPhone, the truth of the matter is you give money because you believe it's valuable in your life. If you don't believe personal development is valuable in your life, then don't give money for it. And so I tell people, I said, listen, only you can change you. Only you can decide that I want to love again. Only you that can decide I'm going to be a better version of myself. Only you. And if you're not willing to do that, then okay. Then don't get mad at other people when they do. How many people do you know? Person says, I got a lot of clients. I have to turn away more clients than I have right now. Just because I've been blessed with a lot of clients and I get results. If you're my client, I'm gonna get results. But then everybody don't want to make the kind of investment that it's gonna require. But what I always say to people is this. I say, I have 2 coaches that I pay a substantial amount of money every single year. But those 2 coaches have changed my life, have fundamentally changed my life in a way that if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be doing this. And so I say to you, here we are. If you want something different, you got to be willing to do something different. And at the end of the day, that's all I got to say tonight. I just wanted to come on because I was thinking about my mom today and I was thinking about what she taught me. So the first thing she taught me was her your feminine energy is strong. Your feminine energy is powerful. First thing. Second thing she taught me was you got to love yourself. You got to love yourself if don't nobody else love you. If you ain't got red bottoms, so what? If you ain't got a big house, dog, so what? If you ain't got, you know that whole thing. Listen, y'all remember that whole thing that's been out where the girl said, I think that the anchor said, Ebony Williams, or I don't know her name, said that she wouldn't date a young Van Zant asked her would she date a bus driver, and she was like, he owned the company. And y'all, and I was thinking to myself, wow. I was like, if that's what we reduce to, because don't ever forget this, y'all. Who you are will outlive what you do and what you have. Because the truth is, what if he ain't got no job? What if you got this job making $500,000 a year and you get fired? Does your self-worth leave with the job? In many cases, it does. So she's like, I won't date a bus driver. Okay, I can't knock her. That's her opinion. But so what she's saying is my ability to love you is predicated on your income, on how much money you bring in. And she don't know what kind of person he is, what his character is like. She don't know if he got $1 million in the bank or not, but he just driving the bus because he loves kids. We don't know. Y'all, listen, look at the world we live in. But I'm going to keep working in it. God gave me this mission, and I'm going to keep doing it. For those of you who want to learn how to love yourself, go get the mini course that I got. I did. If you go, for those of TikTok and Instagram, go to the link tree. Go to my link tree, click on Self-Love Experience Mini Course. Starting next week, we're going to start promoting the challenge at the end of the month, and some of you will get a head start by grabbing that mini course. At midnight tonight, it goes off sale. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook in front of me, I am going to put the link in the comment section, and that is all. All right, that is it, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. I ain't want to stay on too long. I want to be out by 9:15, and I am off. Y'all have a blessed evening. I wish you all the best. And so for those of you who still have your mother, I bless you and your mother. For those of you who are a mother, I bless you for being a mother. All right, y'all have a good evening, and I'm out. Peace.